Today we have to discuss about valence bond theory. Valence bond theory of coordination compounds. ഇതേ വാലൻസ് ബോണ്ട് തിയറി നോർമൽ ഇനോർഗാനിക് മോളിക്യൂളിൽ എങ്ങനെയാണ് അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യുക എന്നത് നിങ്ങൾ ഓൾറെഡി പഠിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ളതാണ്. കോർഡിനേഷൻ കോമ്പൗണ്ടിൽ വി ആർ നൗ റണ്ണിങ് ത്രൂ വേരിയസ് തിയറീസ് ഓഫ് ബോണ്ടിങ്. So far we have completed Werner's coordination theory and EAN rule. Now we have this theory VBT. Based on VBT we can give the postulates as first one, metal ligand bond is due to the donation of lone pair from ligand to metal. Ligand is a species having the capacity to donate lone pair, and that lone pair can be accepted by the vacant orbital in metal. But before accepting the lone pair from the ligand, central metal atom or central metal ion, they can provide definite number of empty orbitals which is equal to the coordination number of that metal for hybridization. So direct bonding is not possible. Before having bond between metal and ligand, metal atoms utilize its orbitals, vacant orbitals, for hybridization, and that hybrid orbitals can be utilized for bonding with ligands. Then definitely you may have a question, how many orbitals can be participated in hybridization? That is dependable on the coordination number of metal. If metal is 4 coordinated, they will give 4 vacant orbitals. If coordination number is 6, they can provide 6 vacant orbitals for hybridization. It may changes from situation to situation. These are the two main points in this slide. Hybridized orbitals, they have same energy and shape, and also they will orient in a particular direction in space. From the direction along which these orbitals are oriented, we can easily identify the shape of that particular molecule. This directional property of hybridized orbitals provide a permanent shape for every complex. During the bonding, inner d orbitals, that is n-1d, or outer d orbital, that is nd, can be participated. That is dependable on the condition. If the metal ion is approached by a strong field ligand, if a metal ion is approached by a strong field ligand like carbon monoxide, cyanide, etc., definitely they can pair up unpaired electrons to inner d orbital, first 3 d orbitals. They can pair up the unpaired electrons to first 3 d orbitals, and the next 2 d orbitals become empty and they can participate in bonding, that is inner d. Examples can be seen in the coming slides. If the approaching ligand is very weak, they are not capable of internal pairing of electrons. So that electron remain as such without undergo any pairing to inner d orbitals. So d orbital will not be available from the inner set or n minus 1 d. So definitely central metal atom can provide d orbital from nd, that is outer d orbitals. That is the explanation for this sentence. Then the hybridized orbitals of metal can overlap with filled orbital of ligand. That is why they are maintaining their coordinate bond. It is not a mutual sharing, it is a one-way bonding. Donor is always ligand and donor of electron is always ligand, and the metal provide only vacant orbital for accepting it, and that kind of a sharing will be there. Such bond is called coordinate bond. Various kinds of hybridization which we can see in various complexes are sp3d2 or d2sp3. For both hybridization, shape will be octahedral, otherwise we can call it as square bipyramidal. Next hybridization is sp3d or dsp3, that is trigonal pyramidal shape, just like PCl5. And third one is sp3, that is tetrahedral shape. dsp2 is square planar shape. Octahedral shape can be seen in 6 coordinated complexes, sp3d in 5 coordinated complexes, sp3 in 4 coordinated complexes, dsp2 also in 4 coordinated. So for 4 coordinated complexes we can have 2 geometries. They are tetrahedral and square planar. Now we are entering to the applications of VBT. VBT can be applied in various complexes. Initially we are start with 6 coordinated complex, means central metal atom has a coordination number of 6, like cobalt, chromium, iron, etc. In first example we have iron. Iron, the central metal ion, bind with cyanide as ligand. Cyanide is a strong field ligand. In the case of strength, it is the second most one and is considered to be a strong field ligand. So you have to see what are the various steps we have to write when applying VBT. At first you have to write the central metal atom, not the ion, central metal atom, that is iron. For iron, valence shell configuration is 3d6, 4s2 and 4p0, and it can be orbitally represented like this, 3d6, 4s2 and 4p0. Now you have to check the oxidation number of iron in this complex. That is 3 plus. As usual, you can do your calculation for finding the oxidation number and you will get the answer of 3 plus. So in Fe3 plus, when we come from Fe to Fe3 plus, definitely you have to remove 3 electrons. From which orbital you have to do it? It is from outermost orbital. Outermost orbital is 4s2. So these 2 electrons are removed. And one more electron need to be removed. As we have to remove 3 electrons, we have to remove one more electron in addition to 4s2. That is this one, this downward electron. After removing these 3 electrons, in Fe3 plus we have 5 unpaired electrons like this. Other 4 orbitals are already vacant. Now you have to think about ligand. After getting into this stage, you can think about the ligand, whether it is strong or weak. Here you have cyanide, that is a strong field ligand. So Fe3 plus you have to write in presence of cyanide. Fe3 plus in presence of cyanide you have to write. So what happened? Cyanide is a strong field ligand. They can push the outer electrons to pair up into inner orbitals. This inner orbitals, this one will pair up to this orbital. So you will have configuration like this. Okay, so you have 2d orbitals vacant. These 2 orbitals are vacant now. Now Fe3 plus start to think about hybridization. How many orbitals can be provided for hybridization? They are 6 in number. Since it is a 6 coordinated complex, you can see 6 here. So they have to provide 6 vacant orbitals, 1 and 2 here, 3 this is, and 3 from P. Totally you have 6 orbitals. So the hybridization is D2 1sp3. So hybridization is fixed as D2sp3. Then after hybridization, this cyanide can donate lone pair to this hybridized orbitals. So we can draw it like this. How? You can see first 3 orbitals like this. Electrons can be filled like this. Okay. Thereafter 6 orbitals, hybridized orbitals, 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6. In this orbital, these orbitals are D2sp3 hybridized, and also the electrons can be filled here. Which electron? The electrons donated by cyanide. Each cyanide donate a pair, lone pair. So you have to put 2 electron like this. Why I am using this cross? This is just to understand that this electron is provided by cyanide. So metal electrons are represented by this hook and ligand electron by cross. As the hybridization is D2sp3, we can get the shape as octahedral. And also some more important points I have to mention here is that this complex is an inner D complex. Inner D complex. Why it is inner D complex? Here for bonding they have utilized D orbital from n-1d, inner D, and also it is low spin complex. How it is low spin? Already it has 5 unpaired electrons, but after pairing it contains only 1 unpaired electron. So number of unpaired electrons get reduced to minimum. So it is low spin complex, inner D and low spin complex. You have to understand the concept of inner D and also the low spin. Since the hybridization is D2 sp3, we are expecting a shape of octahedron. You know the exact shape how octahedron can be. Centrally you have the metal. Centrally you have the metal, that is iron. Here you have one cyanide, 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 one cyanide here, one is here, and total charge is 3 minus. This is the shape of molecule. This is about hexacyan of rate 3. Now you can see FeF6 3 minus. The only difference is that the ligand is F minus. Ligand is F minus, that is a weak field ligand, whereas cyanide was strong field. Usually, as usual, you have to write the configuration of iron, that is 3D, 4s, 4p, and also you have 4d. Okay, 3d6 and 4s2. Here also iron is in 3 plus oxidation number, so we have to remove this 2 and this 1. So you will get 5 unpaired electrons like this. But since Fe3 plus is now interact with F minus ligand, F minus is a weak field ligand, so there is no internal pairing is possible. So these unpaired electrons remain as such. No internal pairing is possible. So what happens is that anyway this Fe3 plus has to give 6 orbitals for hybridization, as the coordination number is 6. So one is this 3 from P and 2 from here, 1s, B3 and D2. Then hybridization is sp3 D2 instead of D2 sp3 in the previous case. So for hybridization, outer D is used, inner D is not available, so outer D is used. So the final configuration can be written like this: 3d5 can be like this, and it is the electron from metal ion, and along with this you can see 6 orbitals, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Fe3 plus now accept lone pair from F minus. You have to write so: accept lone pair from F minus. Then you can see pair of electrons. Totally we have 6 F minus. Each F minus give one pair. So it is from first F minus, second F minus, third F minus, fourth, fifth and sixth F minus. Each F minus donate one lone pair each. And hybridization is sp3d2. So shape is again octahedral, but there is a difference. It is an outer D complex. You see, outer D complex, because the ligand is a weak field one, there is no internal pairing, so there is no option for inner D orbitals, or they are not available for bonding or hybridization. So they have used outer D. So it is outer D complex, and also large number of unpaired electrons are present. So it is high spin complex. High spin complex. So one thing we can understand that when ligand is strong, low spin complex is formed. When ligand is weak like F minus, high spin complex is formed. When ligand is strong, low spin and inner D. when ligand is weak, high spin and outer D. Due to the presence of this unpaired electron, this complex is paramagnetic also. Paramagnetic also. As it is sp3d2 hybridized, so shape is again what? Octahedral itself. Then you can draw it octahedral. Fe3 plus Fe3, Fe at the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What to write here? That is F. F minus donate lone pair. So 6F minus, and you will get 3 minus total charge. So here you can see that Fe is surrounded by 6F minus. You don't want to put the F minus, you just put F. 6F. Now you can see another molecule, CrNH3 6 times 3 plus. CrNH3 6 times 3 plus. Here, which is the central atom? That is chromium. Having the configuration 3d5, 4s1, 4p0. 3d5, 4s1. Here chromium is in +3 oxidation number. Since ammonia is neutral, this +3 is for chromium. Chromium is in +3 oxidation number, and we have to remove these 3 electrons. So configuration will be like this. Ammonia is a strong field ligand. So we are expecting the internal pairing. But here there is no internal pairing is possible or needed, even if ammonia is strong. You have to think the purpose of internal pairing. What is the intention of the internal pairing? Internal pairing is definitely for getting the last 2 d orbitals available for bonding. But here these 2 d orbitals are already vacant, even if there is no pairing happen. So there will be no chance of internal pairing. Now chromium 3 plus donate 6 electrons for hybridization, D2sp3. So these 3 electrons will be like this. Cr3 plus in presence of ammonia, hybridization is D2sp3. Okay. In last step, how to draw? You can have 3 orbitals for metal orbitals, and the remaining is also metal orbitals, but they are not they are hybridized, but these 3 are unhybridized. Then you have to draw the 6 hybridized orbitals of metal, and to this orbital you can have Cr3 plus accept lone pair from the ligand ammonia. 6 ammonia, so each of them donate 1 lone pair each. Hybridization is D2sp3, and again shape is octahedral. This is also an inner D complex, but it is high spin. Usually inner D complexes are low spin because of the internal pairing, but here compound is inner D, but it is high spin complex. And shape you can draw as in the previous case. Just draw a square, then 2 pyramids. A square, at the center you have chromium. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everywhere you have ammonia as the ligand. NH3, 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 NH3. and total charge is 3 plus. This is the structure of complex hexacyanochromium 3 ion. These are all about the 6 coordinated complexes. So before going to apply the valence bond theory, you have to ensure that whether the ligand is strong or weak. If it is a strong field ligand, definitely you will get inner D complex and which is low spin. But in case of a weak field ligand, due to the absence of internal pairing, you will get high spin complexes and outer D complex, and which is generally paramagnetic also. In next class we can see the 4 coordinated compounds. Thank you.